I caught COVID at the beginning of 2020. And when my partner Dudley called the hospital to find out how I was doing, the consultant at the time said, things are not good, she's not progressing, we're not expecting her to survive through the night. So he had to make that very harrowing phone call to my parents and tell them that actually they wouldn't be able to come to London and see me, and there's a high possibility that I wouldn't survive. That very evening, another doctor at Royal Brompton came in and they said, we're going to try put Vanessa on ECMO and see if that will help her recover. Gradually, I just responded well, but I did wake up not knowing where I was, quite scared because the doctors and nurses were in full spacesuits when I woke up and the world had gone into lockdown. Like everything had changed. I had no idea what was going on. So it was quite scary, but the staff, honestly, the team at Royal Brompton will forever have my heart because they were constantly checking, are you okay? Like, how do you feel? The tears, they would wipe the tears away. There's nothing that they wouldn't do to make sure that we were okay. I wouldn't be here without that team. I had nightmares, and when I talk about them, they're very vivid. I'm still very aware of those nightmares. Sometimes I feel like there's a very distinct line between when I was dying, the nightmares were quite scary. And then when I was getting better, they changed into dreams. One of my dreams was that I was in hospital, but I was in hospital in Ghana, and that my mum-in-law was with me the whole time that I was unwell. And then, this is really strange, but there was, like, when I looked out the window in my dream in the hospital, I knew I was in hospital. When I looked out the window, I was, like, in a safari setting. So it was, like, beautiful animals. It was dusk. It was just really beautiful. And then there's even a part of my dream where a giraffe kind of pops its head in the window and, like, looks around. I'm very aware of what my family went through and what my friends went through, and they were the ones that were awake through this. I was asleep. So for me, yes, my body went through a lot, and mentally maybe I did go through a lot, but often I feel like they're overlooked. They weren't the person that went through the pain. They weren't the person that went through the trauma, but they go through a trauma where they're fully awake and fully aware of potentially losing someone they love. So services that Anne-Marie can offer, you can't put a price to them. We think about the physical, but the mental, this pandemic has definitely shown that the mental well-being is something that we don't think about, is secondary, and we need to start thinking it alongside the physical. Throughout the whole process of me and my recovery, Anne-Marie has always been checking, like, how am I? How do I feel? Am I worried about anything? So I can't imagine not having her service available to us, especially after these times where it's not just, overcoming a sickness, but overcoming so much more.